Hey, what's up? The Brew Dude is back, here with another beer. So today we have Deschutes Brewing in Portland, Oregon. I actually visited this brewery. It's such a nice brewery. It has a lot of great products. If you've never visited Portland, visit Portland. There's a brewery everywhere. There's distilleries everywhere. It's such a small, beautiful town, and I recommend you go visit it. Not just to find yourself a little Deschutes Obsidian Stout is what we have today. Not to find that, but just to enjoy it. It's just its own little city in its own. A lot of places that I've gone to, you can almost say like, oh, it feels like, where I'm from, but just in a different area. But there, it's just its own little town. You forget about everything, and you just drink your beer. So we have Obsidian Stout by Deschutes Brewery. 55 IBUs, 6.4% alcohol by volume. For this stout, 6.4. I mean, that's a good ABV for this beer. Sometimes you go a little higher, but as you start going higher, the more alcohol, the more grain you want to put in it, the thicker, the more full-bodied you get. So I think that's a good middle ground, because I don't know how many I can have of these, but we're going to find out. Now we're not going to find out because I'm not going to drink a bunch of them, but we're going to find out how full-bodied and bodied this thing is. I actually had this from the brewery on tap. You can see the big brewing kettle and everything in the back. But I've actually had this from the tap, but it's been a while now. Look at this pour, man. It's like if you haven't switched your motor oil from your car in a while, and then you pop open that butterfly nut in the bottom if you have an older car, and you watch the oil flow, that is what it looks like. It's see-through. It's opaque. Small bubbles at the bottom. Thick, dark tan head with small bubbles, almost kind of frothy like, and little larger ones on top that are slowly popping away. The aroma of this is what you want. The bottle says, I don't like to really kind of go into exactly what they say, but I'm going to show you. Profile says notes of espresso and dark chocolate with roasty finish. It does give me that slight, just a little bit of burnt coffee bean in the background. I don't get too much chocolate. Maybe a little sweetness from the chocolate. They're pretty spot on with the profile. But the most important thing is tasting it, right? And see if it's something for me, if it's something for you, and if we're going to go out there and try to find it. It's not saying anything to me. Usually when they don't say anything to me, they're very strong and bold. So let's find out. Wow. Yep, exactly what I thought. So as soon as it hits the palate, it's creamy, it's smooth. It doesn't bite at all. The carbonation is little to none. I'm talking about it's probably on there to help preserve the beer, but not to actually feel it. The body is full-bodied, kind of slick a little bit, and the flavors are just lingering back. I still taste the actual coffee. It's like chocolate, almost as if you're drinking and eating a dark chocolate bar, right? Exactly like that. That's what it tastes like. About mid-range, you get a nice hit in the mouth from the IBUs. It just kind of sticks in there, and then it bitters up and smooths out to the end. So as soon as you feel the bitterness, it kind of stays a little bit, almost like biting into like burnt grains. I'm not sure if you ever had the actual grain, the burnt barley, but that's kind of what it tastes like, burnt popcorn. Maybe not the aroma, not the taste of popcorn, but that bitterness that you get from something burnt. That's what I'm going for. It almost stained my mouth, it feels like. Kind of like what coffee does, right? That's exactly what you get. It's bold, that's for sure. This here, you're probably going to drink one. Like, I'm already full right now. I feel full from that rich chocolate coffee. And the bitterness the full bodiedness of the beer, the slickness is just, it packs a punch. This is not something that you would chug. This is not something you would throw into one of those, those whatever they're called, the party favors chugging beers with the tube and the funnel. This is something you sit down maybe in a chalice and you just sip on it. The warmer it gets, the better it gets. Okay, I'm not talking about like warm as in like 90 degrees. I'm talking about not 40 degrees. More like probably within the 55 and 65 degree range. You're getting all the full body flavors. You're getting all the sweetness. You can probably make a beer float from this. And that's probably something that I would like to try. Obsidian Stout, definitely a good beer. If you're a stout fan, but don't want those Russian Imperial stouts, those punch in the face, but you just want something to graduate from away from porters, you should try this one. Deschutes Brewery. You don't have to go all the way to Oregon. They sell them everywhere. I got this one from Total Wine. Visit your local store and get it. With that said, the Brew Dude is out.